Well, we are at True Automotive Fabrication, and these folks are rebuilding a Jeep for me. They're located in Sheridan, Colorado, and they are excellent fabricators. And we've got the magician and president of the company. Austin, what are you doing to my Jeep?
We are doing a Mercedes 5-cylinder turbo diesel swap. The vehicle was originally born with a 2.8 liter V6 3-speed. Kind of a joke of a motor. So we've got ourselves a 1982, I believe, Mercedes 5-cylinder turbo diesel that we're putting in. Basically using Cummins motor mount that we made an adapter plate for, which you can see here. Big old monsters to keep that vibration down. We've got an adapter plate, so we're going to be using an AX15 Jeep 5-speed manual transmission, a New Process 231 transfer case. These motors are really solid to couple in a Toyota. You can get close to 30 miles to the gallon with this engine, with a really nice chunk of torque to keep you up those mountains. It's not necessarily the easiest swap in the world, but definitely one worth doing, especially when you come with a 2.8. You can see these brackets here. Basically allow us to use these Cummins motor mounts, make it extremely beefy. They're just tacked in right now. We're doing the final fitment. We're going to be burning these in today. Beautiful part about this motor is essentially runs on 3 wires, fully mechanical. Which is pretty simple on the mechanical or on the electrical side of things. Other than that, we can't wait to hear it run.
Now, what kind of transmission did you have to put in?
It's an AX15 with an external slave cylinder. Basically, out of any of your 90 to 97 Jeeps with a 4-liter, a very notoriously strong transmission.
So you've changed it from an 3-speed automatic to a 5-speed Jeep.
Correct.
What about the transfer case? What are you doing there?
The transfer case is going to be your regular 4-liter New Process 231 transfer case. Not really sure what this vehicle was born with transfer case wise, but that setup will handle this power no problem.
Okay, and again, this is a 1986 Jeep Comanche with original 100,000 miles on it. You had to do a lift to tell us about what you had to do to accommodate the motor.
So basically, this motor is considerably larger than any Jeep has been born with as far as overall dimensions. So basically, we have to do a mild lift on it. We did like a 2-inch front lift on it. We had to put a drop pivot arm on it, and then we're going to have to do a drop track bar mount. Basically, that engine's going to have to sit pretty low to clear the hood. So you can see this is our drop pivot arm. That's our track bar that's loose, and we'll be lowering that down a little bit to match the drag length, and also for the clearance issue. Biggest thing is honestly have extremely strong motor mounts, as these things do shake. And using the Cummins, it should give us great dampening quality, so it's not shaking the vehicle apart.
Okay, and these are the Cummins. What year Cummins did this?
I believe that those are off a 1st gen 12-valve Cummins. So any truck that was born with a Cummins 12-valve, and those are both driver's sides. So you take 2 driver's sides and make them work, and there's a little adapter plate that we made behind here. So you're actually using the factory holes, and then we drilled and tapped on the outside for these studs to come through. Just did some basic maintenance to this motor. Oil pan gasket, valve cover gasket, a valve adjustment. After we kind of get it all in there, we will do a tuning of the injectors, which is mechanical.
Did you refresh the engine prior to us going to put it in here?
Yeah, that's basically the mark of our refreshment. Did a compression test. Everything tested really well with these motors. So really, it's about it.
These are what they call the million-mile motors in Germany?
Oh yeah, these are extremely popular in Germany. 200,000 is nothing on these motors. And like I said, there's plenty of things you can do to them. You can convert it to a biodiesel. You can run it on veggie oil. Right out of the box, you should be seeing between 25 to 28 miles per gallon, and right around 210 foot-pounds of torque. Which might not seem like a lot, but it's right off the start. So these make great low-end power.
Okay, let's walk around the Jeep a little bit just to kind of give you an idea. What are you going to have to do with the gauges?
So the gauges, as you can see, this vehicle was born without a tachometer. It was basically born with just trouble lights, oil pressure lights, things like that. We're going to have to figure something out and get some good gauges in here so that we can monitor the engine. More importantly, coolant is very important in this, coolant temp, and oil pressure is extremely important in any diesel, really. But you know, other than that, it's somewhat straightforward, but not your everyday you see something like that.
And this is the, these are all the parts and pieces, huh? You know where these go?
Nope.
That scares me.
This is a lot of Mercedes parts. This would be the Mercedes drive shaft somebody wrote Jeep on. Most of this stuff is pretty much at this point not going to be used.
Okay.
But extra parts are always good.
Now, how long have you been doing this?
I've actually owned this business for right around 3 years. You know, been in and out of a lot of other fab shops. Mostly dealing with 4x4s.
Now, this is another one of your projects that you're working on?
This is a 1970 FJ40. It's got a Chevy 350 in it, turbo 350 transmission. We're in the process of wiring it right now. It's got a TBI setup, 2 injectors. Just a really cool project that was given to me as a non-running vehicle that was somewhat already done. And we're bringing it back to life so that the customer can enjoy it with his family.
All right. And again, we are at True Fabrication, Sheridan, Colorado, and they are doing an excellent job for me in my my Jeep project. We'll do another video once it's up and running and go from there.